Good morning there. This is Pastor Jeff. We're here for our daily lectionary readings. These readings are for Tuesday, September 12th, 2023. With it being Tuesday, we're still reflecting back at what happened on church on Sunday. Our psalm reading once again is Psalm 119, 65 through 72. Our Old Testament reading changes up to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 17, verses 2 through 13. And then our New Testament reading comes from the book of Romans, chapter 13, verses 1 through 7. Let us take a listen in via the New Revised Standard Version, the updated edition. Psalm 119. You have dealt well with your servant, O Lord, according to your word. Teach me good judgment and knowledge, for I believe in your commandments. Before I was humbled, I went astray, but now I keep your word. You are good and do good. Teach me your statutes. The arrogant smear me with lies. But with my whole heart I keep your precepts. Their hearts are thick like fat, but I delight in your law. It is good for me that I was humbled, so that I might learn your statutes. The law of your mouth is better to me than thousands of gold and silver pieces. Our Old Testament reading comes from the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 17, verses 2 through 13. If there is found among you, in one of your towns that the Lord your God is giving you, a man or a woman who does what is evil in the sight of the Lord your God, and transgresses his covenant, by going to serve other gods and worshiping them, whether the sun or the moon or any of the host of heaven, which I have forbidden. And if it is reported to you and you hear of it, you may make a thorough inquiry. And the charge is proven true that such an abhorrent thing has occurred in Israel, then you shall bring out to your gates that man or that woman who has committed this crime, and you shall stone the man or woman to death. On the evidence of 2 or 3 witnesses, the death sentence shall be executed. A person must not be put to death on the evidence of only 1 witness. The hands of the witnesses shall be the first raised against the person to execute the death penalty, and afterwards the hands of all people. So you shall purge the evil from your midst. If a judicial decision is too difficult for you to make between one kind of bloodshed and the other, one kind of legal right and another, or on one kind of assault and another, any such matters or disputes in your town, then you shall immediately go up to the place that the Lord your God will choose, where you shall consult with the Levitical priest and the judge who is in office in those days, and they shall announce to you the decision in this case. Carry out exactly the decision that they announce to you from the place that the Lord will choose, diligently observing everything they instruct you. You must carry out the law that they interpret for you, or the ruling that they announce to you. Do not turn aside from the decision that they announce to you, either to the right or to the left. As for anyone who presumes to disobey the priest appointed to the minister there to the Lord your God or the judge, that person shall die. So you shall purge the evil from Israel. All the people will hear and be afraid and will not act presumptuously again. Our New Testament reading comes from the book of Romans, chapter 13, verses 1 through 7. Let every person be subject to the governing authorities, for there is no authority except from God, and those authorities that exist may have been instituted by God. Therefore, whoever resists authorities resists what God has appointed, and those who resist will incur judgment. For rulers are not a terror to good conduct, but to bad. Do you wish to have no fear of the authority? Then do what is good, and you will receive its approval. For it is God's agent for your good. But if you do what is wrong, you should be afraid. For the authority does not bear the sword in vain. It is the agent of God to execute wrath on the wrongdoers. Therefore, one must be subject, not only because of wrath, but also because of conscience. For the same reason, you also pay taxes, for the authorities are God's agents, busy with this very thing. Pay to all what is due them, taxes to whom taxes are due, revenue to whom revenue is due, respect to whom respect is due, honor to whom honor is due. And here ends our readings for the day.